in a meanwhile, some 20-30 may also join.
Yeah. And we need only generic participants who has to participate in the particular idea challenge program. And if you wish, we can continue. Pankaj ji.
हाँ बोलिए.
Pankaj ji, good morning. If you wish, we can continue because around 27 participants are there now, and they are from different organizations, and I think applicants only.
Let's start.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sanjay ji, over to you.
So okay, fine. Thank you. On. So we are starting our today's session. Though we are 10 minutes late, we'll try to cover all the timings. And the motive of today's session is what is the journey of startup inside Apiary. So I will let you know what are the parameters and what are the happenings inside the Apiary CoE. So today we have our distinguished guest and chief mentor, Shri Pankaj Thakkar, who is founder of PadUp Ventures Private Limited. Also, we are having with us Amit Jindal, who is president of Government Blockchain Association, Indian part. And also, we are having Virender Chitrala, he is from IBM. So, welcome all the participants and the distinguished guest of today's event. Good morning, all of you. So, as you are aware that this series have an aim of build up a cohort of 10 to 15 startup every 6 months, and those who are into blockchain technology or they want to uh, they want to they want to give their idea or solution into one particular problem or what particular domain, they can participate in this and they can also submit their applications. So with this, as you are aware, we have this is our third program which we are coming for this Apiary CoE, API, and lots of partners are there from whom you can get benefit out of it. So before I start, I would like to invite for today's session Shri Amit Jindal, who is co-founder of Felix Advisory, is president of Government Blockchain Association, and who is one of the partner of Apiary-A, and he will give the information about what are the platforms available for blockchain, what are the what are deliverables on behalf of GBA for this Apiary-A, and what are the deliverables or receivables for the participants. So over to you, Amit. We can start.
Thank you, Sanjay ji. Good morning to all participants. First of all, I like to congratulate SCPI for taking such a great initiative to boost startups in the blockchain technology. I will start with the mission of Digital India, which says IT plus IT leading to IT, where IT stands for Indian talent plus information technology leading into India tomorrow. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. As per the World Economic Report, the technologies like AI, blockchain, AR, VR, these are the technology which we're going to cover, which will be leading our next 20, 30 years. If we are not working with this technology, definitely we will lag behind. We have seen the growth because of the internet. Internet came in 1990s, and we have seen the revolution 30 years, the revolution because of the internet. The players like Amazon, Flipkart, Uber have become so much strong because of the help of the internet. And do you know what is the main reason why they become so much strong? One of the key reasons is the centralization of the information. They are controlling the information centrally, making the revenue out of that thing without sharing the revenue with the actual user. Now, with the help of the blockchain, the information will be decentralized and it will not be controlled centrally by any central authority. Because of that, there will be reshuffling of the powers which will happen in the industry. So I will say it's the right time, it's the correct time where government has taken a step to start the program Apiary, where we're gonna take advantage of this technology and new unicorns will be coming out of this new technology blockchain. I'm part of GBA. GBA is a proud partner with Apiary into the blockchain CoE. GBA is a government blockchain association based out of USA. We have more than 10,000 members across the world with 50 working groups which are working into different industries and different use cases. And I'm proud to say that we have a live use case which is in the e-voting onto the blockchain, which is live in Utah County in USA. Further, US GBA is working with the different government side worldwide. We are actually working with UK government also. Even the Department of International Trade UK is also part of the GBA. In India also, we are fortunate to work with Tamil Nadu government and Assam government, where we have provided our inputs on their blockchain policy and certain use cases. As a part of Apiary-A, we are pleased to share our resources, GBA, whatever resources GBA have, we're pleased to share with all the participants or the startups in the Apiary-A program. They can list their use cases globally. There is an opportunity, they can work with the different government side. Apart from Indian government, they can work, there is an opportunity we can work for the US, UK, other government side also with the network of the GBA. Further, GBA have created its own platform also. The platform is GBPP, which is Government Business Blockchain Platform. It's a platform which is able to communicate with the other blockchains. So it is useful for the startups to use this blockchain to develop their own use cases or use for their own business side. So this GBP platform helps to talk to the other blockchains like Ethereum, R3 Coda, Hyperledger, multi-chain. So this is the advantage which we can have with help of this GBP platform. Further, I need to highlight one more thing. GBA is one of the organization which got opportunity to do its conference in US Parliament, which is US Capitol in Washington, DC last year. Further, GBA is doing another conference in US Capitol in March 2021, where they will be calling the world leaders in the blockchain and the startups in the blockchain side. I'm looking forward few startups, or in fact, many startups should come from the Apiary also and present their cases, use cases at US Capital also. So with this, I'm very much excited to work with Apiary closely, and whatever we can provide, whatever we can do, we are more than happy. And once again, I will say thanks for providing this opportunity to work with Apiary and work with Pankaj and Sanjay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you for enlightening about GBA. And I would like to tell the participant today who have joined today that GBA will also support for organizing conference, workshop. They will also provide membership to the startups for the GBA membership. And much more benefits will be there from the GBA side who will be joining Apiary CoE and they'll become a successful startup. Now I would like to call Mr. Virender Chitrala, who is senior software engineer with IBM Digital Technology Lab. Basically, this lab is providing platform for IBM or blockchain as a service, and he will detail about the IBM blockchain platform, which is available for the Apiary CoE startups who are coming for their idea and developing their solutions. So over to you, Virender, you can start now.
Hello, can you hear me, Sanjay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone.
Video also?
Actually, some bandwidth network issue, so I'm not able to switch on my video.
Okay,
I hope that's okay. So, hello and good morning to all of you, and a warm good morning to all the STPI, API organizers, and also to honored speakers like Amit Jindal-ji and Pankaj Thakur-ji, and and to all the people who are actually attending this event. And also thanks to Apiary for providing this wonderful opportunity to be part of this event. So so as we all know, like this center of excellence is based on this blockchain technology. So here we would as an IBM, how IBM is empowering the industries to actually implement blockchain into their day-to-day activities and projects, right? So, so as you know, like IBM blockchain platform is comes with is based on the underlying infrastructure of an hyperledger fabric, and it has tremendous tools, and and as a platform, it helps the startups to quickly put on their idea on the blockchain platform, on the blockchain implementation path, and they can develop a POC in like a few, just like with a few months, within a few months, like 1 to 2 months. So that is on the platform part. But before that, so we want to talk about like how IBM blockchain platform is helping a couple of other industries, other companies like in with supply chain and with the government sector. So I want to take a quick two examples of where IBM blockchain platform is strengthening the supply chain, and as well also transforming the government sector as well. So in one of this use case, like as we all know, like blockchain is all about trust and transparency and immutability, right? So it's all about like already like Amit Jindal talked about decentralization. So we need to have like it's not like a central one database, one information, but the information is scattered to all the people. Like it is decentralized. So that is one thing. So blockchain is all about trust and transparency. Now, if you look at the aspect like who all are getting benefited about by implementing blockchain, right? So there are two aspects. The businesses today are all already getting strengthened by using this blockchain technology, but the impact at the consumer level is also much more. So if you take for example, let us say a consumer wants to buy some goods from a pharmaceutical from a medical store or any supermarket. So how would you enable the consumer trust? So today we don't the consumer actually believes in that particular medical shop which is going and purchasing the good, and he lays the trust on the third person. But what if we can actually enable the trust to be given to him, and so that he doesn't depend on the third party? So that is where the blockchain comes into picture. So what if a blockchain can provide the complete history of the goods, like whatever medicine is purchasing, with a scan of some barcode or anything, if you'll be able to know like, okay, this particular good is sourced here by this pharmaceutical company, and it has gone through multiple hops and reached this particular store. So if that information is provided in a quick fashion and transparent manner, the consumer trust is more, right. So the purchasing power is increased. I mean, that is where blockchain is helping the businesses as well as also on the consumer side. So on the two use cases which IBM is actually working with is, I'm not sure if you're already aware of IBM Food Trust platform, which is a supply chain platform wherein IBM has partnered with IBM has partnered with Walmart so that to strengthen the supply chain platform. So in this, what has happened is the businesses are anyhow getting enabled by this implementation of blockchain platform, but how the consumers are also getting benefited is, now let us say if a consumer wants to purchase some burger or a sandwich from Walmart, right? So by scanning some barcode, the consumer would be able to know, okay, from which place this particular like meat has been come from, which source location, and where is this bread has been baked and has put on this particular shelf, right? So all this information can be seen by the consumer, so that the trust in a consumer is built. So this is one aspect wherein IBM is closely working with Walmart to strengthen the food supply chain implementation. And the other use case which IBM blockchain platform is being used is by one of the government, Bangladesh government sector, wherein they want to transform the teachers' pension system, right? So in a government, like normally when a teacher retires, so they expect some payout, right? Some pension payout. So so right now today the onus is on the government to make sure that the pension, whatever amount has been coming out, is paid out to the teachers is accurate. So how is that how is that integrity maintained? So with this blockchain implementation, the integrity of to making sure that the particular accurate amount is paid out to the teachers is maintained through this blockchain implementation. So that in any adverse conditions, right, like any cyber attacks or any due to, it could be some due to some errors or anything, there might be a mismatch in the service history record, right? So with that, the actual pension amount is not paid to the end consumer, like the teachers here. So here the blockchain is coming up with the immutability concept as well. So wherein once your record is there, your record cannot be tampered. So this is where the IBM the blockchain can be enabled in the government sector as well. So wherein once a transaction is being recorded, it cannot be tampered, right? So these are the two use cases wherein the companies are using IBM blockchain as a platform. And Bangladesh, the second use case has been implemented as a POC using the platform, and they have developed in almost like within 3 months, they have developed this POC, and it's almost in the beta phase there. So with this, like, I would like to conclude that blockchain is radically changing the future of transaction based based industries, like, and it also, since I said it's transaction based, it is also interlinked with the emerging technologies like IoT and AI as well. So yeah, so and as a platform, blockchain enables the companies to quickly develop their POC in a matter of time. Yeah, with this, I want to conclude.
Thank you, Virendraji. A nice example you have given for blockchain as a platform services offered by or provided by IBM. So I would like to tell all the participants that we are having blockchain as a service platform from IBM only, and that will be readily available for the participant who are developing the solution for their problem. I would like to tell one more thing, that we'll be having a one QA session. Query if anybody is having a question related to Apiary CoE, and those who have already applied for applied their applications, application filed by them, or those who are going to file their application by next coming date, which is end date is 21st. So they can ask their question into chat box, or we can make them live also. Now we are coming to our today's keynote speaker, or distinguished guest, Mr. Pankaj Thakkar, who is chief mentor of Apiary CoE, and also he is co-founder of Padup Ventures Private Limited, and he is having more than 30 years of experience, and he is a serial entrepreneur. People know him as a good source of information who help the startups in their particular domain. And he is also attended one of the program from Harvard University. So with all this, his experience of 30 years and a kind of the intelligence or kind of talent he is having for boosting the startup, we'll able to understand from him how how a startup can grow in this kind of environment, in a situation COVID-19 like. So over to you, Pankaj sir. You can elaborate, and then we'll have a question answer. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thanks for the kind words. Welcome, everybody. Many of you have already kind of learned from various initiatives that STPI has taken about Apiary. It's a very unique platform that we are trying to create. It's a platform for startups to come, build their startups, and move on and build something what we call sustainable and scalable business. And that is the reason that government has put so much of effort into this particular platform. This is a joint effort by STPI, Ministry of Information Technology, Haryana government, and of course private sector people like me, Amit from Government Blockchain Association, from Virender, IBM, and there are other people like Intel and the other partners who will be here as an required basis. So what is the purpose of the CoE? CoE is a center of excellence. And what do you mean by center of excellence? Center of excellence means the best startups in the country or best startups in a particular geography will come to that place and create something which has never been done before, which their work will be so excelled that it will create a legacy of its own. And that is the reason that government is now creating various CoEs so that the best talent can be attracted and they can be helped. Now, in terms of their technology, they may not need much help, but in terms of infrastructure, in terms of ecosystem, and most of all, the Indian startup ecosystem actually is it suffers from what we call storytelling. We all follow stories. We all follow people who have become successful. But behind every successful company, there are 99 which have been unsuccessful. The success rate in India for startup is less than 2%. And that's the reason for that is that they don't have that infrastructure support, ecosystem support. And above that, the most important, which I feel, I've been serial entrepreneur 3 times over. And every time I went there, I found myself pretty lonely because there was nobody to help us out in understanding how do we do things. However, once I found a mentor, and then the journey was very different. So most important in any startup journey is a mentor. And this entire CoE, which is Apiary, has been created keeping in mind the mentorship in forefront. We are driving this entire thing through excellent mentorship. Now, mentorship consists what? Mentorship is not about just standing by and telling you what to do. It's about hand-holding you and walking with you through this incubation process to a stage where you can run on your own. Incubator, as the definition says, is the place where you actually help infants, people who need, small child, very early stage things which you can help them grow. And that's exactly what this incubator is all about. So we have divided this incubation program into 3 phases. The first phase is what we call market and customer validation, which is you may have an excellent idea, but the idea on itself doesn't mean anything. Your idea should be solving a real problem, and real problem when you solve, you need to talk about it with the real customers. When you face the real customers, then only you come to know whether it is a real problem or not. And if a real problem, you need to find the real customers. So we help you first with that. You help real customers. We help you find real value that you create for that customer. Please understand, customer does not pay for your features or your looks or anything else. Customer pays for the value that you create for him or her. They actually take that value on face value and then they experience it. And if they experience it and they like it and they feel that the value that you were talking about, you promised you have delivered, then they go and talk about it to other people. So we are trying to create a program which basically will help you find your real customers, potential customers, interact with them in real time, get real information. Based on that information, you actually create your product and services. And why do you need to do that? Because when you talk to a customer and he tells you that this is what I need, and whatever you are creating is actually satisfying his or her need, they are willing to pay. Their willingness to pay is very high. And then, based on further information, you create a business model where the customer is able to pay. So there is a willingness to pay, and then there is the ability to pay. So we help you with the entire process where your product and services become really customer friendly, and the customer is willing and able to pay for your product and services. And once you find such customers, and they could be in hundreds and thousands and millions, you actually grow very fast. But to grow, what you need further mentoring, and on top of that, what you need is funding. So this Apiary program is all about every stage that you cross, you have investors standing by you, and if you cross that milestone successfully, you get funding from the investor. The first stage of this entire Apiary is what we call customer validation and product validation, which actually helps you go to a level where the angel investors, and we have lined up so many of them in this entire ecosystem, that they will all be standing and waiting for you to see who actually is able to do that successfully. And if you do that successfully, which means you have a potential customer identified, the customer agrees that you're solving a very critical problem, customer agrees that this is a very innovative solution which is giving him or her very significantly more value than what is existing. The customer agrees to pay for it because your business model is innovative. And then based on that, you have a business plan, which means that you are able to reach out to many such customers who appreciate the value that you have created. And if the investor sees all this, which we call evidence for investment, the way you create proof of concept, you need to create evidence for investment. You need to have proof for an investment. And when the investor looks at all this and says, this particular startup has done all this, they are ready to fund it. In last 1 year, PADUP has actually done about more than 80 such startups they've taken through that process. 50 of them are actually qualified for the process, and all 50 of them received nod from the investors. That's a phenomenal thing, because normally in any such events, such programs, the success rate is less than 10%. Now you are in, that's why PADUP Venture is a knowledge partner with STPI Apiary, where we will help you go through that process and reach out to the investor. Now, once the investor actually invests in you that angel money, then start the next process. The next process is acceleration. So we'll accelerate you for next 9 months, again hand-holding you, helping you find more customers, build traction, get revenue, understand how the sales are done, have a very good strategy on marketing, everything. In those 9 months, you will only scale your business. And once you scale the business, you reach a stage where we again take it to the investors, and investors again invest in you. And then you go to the next stage, which is on your own. And in between, there is a stage called incubation. So let's say for some reason, you haven't done your, you haven't successful. As I said, we did 80 companies, 50 actually cleared the boot camp or the validation process, and 30 did not. So with 30, we don't leave them just like that. We take them through an incubation process. We help them further innovate, we further build on top of that, take the investors' feedback, build again, and take them back to the investors again. And once they're back with the investors, they get funding, and then they move on again. So this particular entire process has been created keeping in mind that if you deserve it, you will find your way with the help of STPI Apiary, PADUP Ventures, BlockChain Association, Government Blockchain Association, Intel, IBM. These are all ecosystem partners. They are standing by there to help you out. And once they help you out, trust me, well begin is half done. It is 50% you're there already with all these partners trying to help you out. So that is why we have created this entire infrastructure. It could be physical, it could be virtual. Physical is even better, because then at peer level, but during the COVID, we'll do even virtual. And for that, we are asking you to come and join this. There will be a selection process. Selection process will be completely meritorious. You will find many people like me and Amit and Virendra and other people helping out the selection committee to choose the best of the best. And those 15 startups or 20 startups which will come in, we will then take them through the process. And it will happen every 6 months. So don't get disheartened if you're not selected in the first cohort. You can be in the second cohort. And we'll give you a feedback, tell you why you're not selected. It's not a, it's not a curtain, iron curtain there. Oh, you're selected. Now everything is over. No, it doesn't work that way. So that is the whole idea of doing this CoE and asking you to come and join us. It's excellent infrastructure physically in Gurgaon, which is the other part which I think I missed out is by supporting this entire effort, Haryana government, Ministry of Information and Technology have promised to actually be your first customer. So if you have a use case which comes for the government, you have a ready customer to actually pilot with. And that's a huge opportunity, because when you do for government, you're actually doing for public at large, which is very, very big market for you. So you have everything ready. All you need to do is ensure that you have an idea that is solving a real problem. And then you're on board with us. Thank you. Let's have question and answers, and over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very enlightenment of the participant, and for me and for all the person who are here. And the journey starts from idea validation to customer validation. So we have to find out all these parameters. So you'll find a good spot in Apiary CoE, physical and virtual both. And now we are having some question. Om Shankar will help the participant to add into panel. They'll have a live question from our speakers, from including me, and
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sanjay ji. Thank you, Pankaj sir, Amit ji, and Viren ji. Actually, as per the questions, I am just looking here. I have got some questions on LinkedIn, some on WhatsApp directly, some on emails, and some questions you can see here on the Cisco WebEx events. And most of the answers, I think Pankaj ji and Amit ji and Chitral ji has given. And even though there are two participants who wish to directly ask some questions regarding the problem they are facing, out of this, Mr. Daksh Joshi, he has applied here on our additional program, and I'm going to live him. Mr. Daksh Joshi. Hello.
Yeah, hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Daksh ji, you can
Off your mobile.
Yeah. You can ask. You can switch off your video so that you get good bandwidth. You can, you can switch off your video.
First question is, I was already mentioned it in the Q&A panel. What type of connection does Apiary have with the government of Haryana, especially in agricultural department? The specifics of this question is, how would it help us to link with farmers? So actually, the startup I am focusing on is a blockchain-based startup aimed for the agricultural supply chain. So at the first, I am interested to go to the farmers and form a link with them. So the main problem I feel over connect with farmers. So this is, I was hoping that the government could help me get in touch with the agriculture department and further on the ground with the farmers.
I think it is government related problem. And Sanjay ji, if you wish, you can get clarified because you are very much connected with Haryana government nowadays.
So basically, this is Dakshit is having a two question. Either you are having a sport to understand what are the problems of farmers. This is one thing. Second, what is expectation from Haryana government? How that can be given to the how that platform will be available to you. So there are two questions. So what I understand and from this question, Haryana government is partner for this center of excellence, and they have promised that in the area of supply chain, agriculture, healthcare, they can be the first partner if they can solve a real problem. So as Pankaj has mentioned that
We added here, Sanjay. So Haryana government is heavily invested into this Apiary CoE. If you have a real problem that you're solving for this thing, during the customer validation process, we will connect you with the FPOs, we'll connect you with the agriculture department and the Haryana government, and everybody there, whosoever is responsible for that, they will guide you how to get connected to the farmers. But if the question is whether you are solving a real problem or not, and if you are, Haryana government is more than happy to connect you to the farmers, and farmers are connected to the various FPOs. There are other organizations in state government. They will all help you out, including the IT department, which is overseeing all these interactions between the startups and the respective departments.
And just to add on, Pankaj, into this thing, yeah, that's just to add on, like in the GBA also, like I mentioned, we have 50 working groups, and we have a working group which works into the agriculture side also. So being the part of Apiary, definitely you can become part of that working group of GBA also, where globally people are connected from the GBA members who are discussing the problem into agriculture department and are also creating solutions around the blockchain to solve the problems on the agriculture side. So that is also.
I think you have got the right answer for Daksh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank
My
you.
second question.
Speakers. Mr.
Okay.
Daksh, have you another question?
Yeah. I have some more. I mean, three more questions. If it's not a
You
problem.
can ask.
Okay. So my second question is, can you please explain the benefits to startup from Apiary's connection to FIIT? what exactly will it provide? I mean, it will provide us with the current R&D of any sector in IoT or in blockchain, or will it provide us with easy access to interns for the project? So how will the FIIT connection help startups?
FIIT is the educational partner. They will conduct various educational workshops as and when required basis. For the interns, another thing, you will have other institutes like Chotu Ram Engineering College, or there's another one in Faridabad. I don't know what is the name of that.
YMCA.
YMCA. It's earlier used to be called YMCA. Now it's called Jesse
Jesse
Bose
Bose.
Yeah.
University. So they will be helping you out. And all colleges of Engineering College of Haryana will be associated in some or the other way. So you'll get a lot of interns support from there. FITT is the educational partner. They will conduct workshops on blockchain at various times, depending on the need and depending on their availability.
Okay, let me also give one example of what type of support I was expecting from the FIIT. Suppose I am, I was studying the banana supply chain of banana in agriculture. So while it is processed, then it is, packed in a certain type of polythene. So what I wanted to know is, which I was not, able to find on the internet, is what are the alternative polythenes I can use in banana? So
When
would
you,
that
Daksh, hold on. There are other people also waiting. When you come to when we evaluate you, and if you're there, all those things will be sorted out. You'll get help from everybody to find out what is the polythene you required, all that can be connected. Not an issue at all.
Yeah, I am suggesting that I am suggesting you just list out your queries in detail and email us so that we can get ready for all the clarifications during one-to-one face-to-face sessions.
Yeah, or can I only one last question?
Yeah, there are another.
What is the updated screening? Okay, I'll email it. No problem.
Just email
Thank
us
you.
directly. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
You can.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Yeah, there is another participant.
One more thing I would like to tell, then we'll have a fireside chat session also next round. So people can ask one-to-one question. So that will also be taken care of.
Okay. Now, after him, there is another participant. Just a minute. I am just connecting him. Yeah, Mr. Neeraj Benjamin. Neeraj Benjamin. Yeah, you can ask the question to our panelist.
Hello, yeah. So thanks very much for giving this opportunity to me. I had sent a question on email also before, and just now also I had written a question. So I'll speak about both of them. First of all, I have applied on this before 14th of August only, and mine is related to agriculture sector. The application that I've sent is related to application sector, but my limitation or my weakness is that I am one person only. So it's a sort of concept that I have shared with you.
Okay.
So will you be able to help me out in creating partners also, like similar people like me who are applying there, and will I get a chance through you so that I can partner with them, because I am a one person only? That was one thing. Second, I wanted to ask you regarding the IBM. So apart from the Hyperledger platform that we will be able to use, apart from that, will they be helping in the technical solution also? So these are my two questions. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Pankaj sir has more clarity on your problem. Please, Pankaj sir.
So, we are there only to help you. So, whatever problem you have, we will address that. As far as the IBM is concerned, I think you get an answer right away. Not an issue. Virendra, can you answer that for him?
So Neeraj, yeah, from IBM side, yeah, definitely, we would have some technical sessions on how to use IBM blockchain platform, and maybe we can also help you in how to refine the solution to actually fit into the blockchain and use it. So definitely, we would really we can help you out in all this scenario based things as well. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Yep.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, and thank you all the panelists for your guidance.
Thanks.
That's all I wanted to ask. Yeah.
I just a minute. Mr. Hitesh, are you listening us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Hitesh, here our panelists are very much keen to listen your problem. Just ask your question.
Yes, definitely. Basically, I'm a primary healthcare doctor based on Ahmedabad. I am looking to take telemedicine thing to level. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are listening you.
Yes, like as we see in India, we are facing a lot of problem in terms of healthcare consultation. Like people have to visit so far to doctors. Basically, people from rural areas, they don't have much opportunity to visit a doctor and get healthcare treatment on time.
Okay.
As well as they are spending much money. I believe that telemedicine, or you can say teleconsultation, is a great option as we see them in all other countries like US, and also recently in Canada also this is implemented, and many other countries like in China it's from long time, like since many years they are having this concept of telemedicine.
What is your question, please?
Yes, my question is that if I want to implement this thing with my clinic, that what kind of support I am going to get?
Are you talking about telemedicine? You're talking about blockchain? What are you talking about? I mean, I think you're talking about getting support on telemedicine platform, right?
Yes, I'm talking about telemedicine.
So telemedicine and blockchain, you want to do telemedicine on blockchain platform?
Yes, sir.
Of course, you will get help, but you need to have the blueprint. You need to tell us how you're going to do it, and then we can help you, right?
Certainly, sir.
You have the technical knowledge about the blockchain?
Yes, sir. I have basic knowledge.
Okay, and do you have another founder, co-founder, partner, anybody else with you who can build this technology platform?
Yes, sir. I have. My younger brother is a web developer as well as app developer.
Okay, so you can, if you have this idea, prepare a blueprint and apply on the application, and we'll be able to help you out if it is worth it.
That will be great, sir.
Okay, please go and apply for it, and we will definitely look into it, and then you will have a chance to talk to us again.
I have already applied it yesterday before joining this meeting.
So our screening will start next week after the applications are the last date over. Then we'll look into all the applications. And if your application is on the top 15, 20, 30 in merit, we will definitely call you back.
That will be, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Desh. So, I'll take up one question. So there very two quick questions I have. These are from the participant. One partner is saying that we could see that startups will be able to use platform services like IBM or Intel. Will that be considered if startup is using different platform other than the IBM and Intel? So this is a question asked by Lingraj, so we can take it up. Pankaj sir, you can explain it very well.
So yeah, there's no problem. You can use any platform that you want.
Yes, you can use any platform. So we'll consider your idea only.
We have created a support system for you, but if you think you want to use something else, you are free to use that. It is not a compulsion to use IBM or Intel. The only compulsion to use is to complete the program. The program that you enter, you cannot leave the program and just abandon him and go away and then say, help me out in other things. No. Everything is interlinked, but the support system around you is an optional thing.
Okay.
We got one mail also, that is there was a question from Masoom Hazela. He might have joined today. So sorry, Mausam Hazela. So can an organization submit more than one proposal?
No. We don't appreciate that. You have to focus on one thing at a time. That's the way startups are done. You may have a lot of ideas, but choose which is your priority and which is solving a bigger problem. That's the way to do it.
Sir, there are some questions which on LinkedIn I have got. There is a Mr. Sarachan. I think he is from Bangalore, and he has asked, if a startup is well funded and does not want to dilute its equity and raise funds, can it apply for the idea challenge and get incubated? Will HTPI CoE share the IP of the product MVP developed? Would appreciate if you could answer these questions.
You're well funded. You don't want funding. We have no problems. We don't want to force anybody to get funds.
Okay.
He can be. If he can work without funding and keep going, that's all right. No problem at all.
Okay, I think that is the answer from our side. We will email him. And another Sunit Bendre, he is also from Bangalore, and no, he's from Pune, sir. And he has sent LinkedIn message that this question is with for you, Pankaj sir. Hello team, can you please brief the selection procedure? Like how much time will be given to us? Do we have to do presentation via screen share or only video call is available? Or what is the criteria and parameter of judging? This is Sunil Bendre from Pune.
The criteria is very simple. You should be solving a real problem, a real scalable problem, right? Where you can impact large amount of people. That is
Yes,
the
sir.
first criteria. Second criteria, you should have a team which is fully aware that you can build something on blockchain. If you want to do something on blockchain and you don't know how to do it, then you are not the candidate. But if you know the blockchain and you are solving a real problem, you are the candidate. And there is
a criteria of judging, sir. He has asked about the what is the criteria of
judging. So the team has to be complete in terms of its this thing, and he has to solve a real problem that could affect people at large. There are only two issues.
And another thing, he has asked technical problem, whether the judgment would be online video only or he can share the screen. I think share screen is not a problem with us.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, we will answer him. And another is just I think he is a student, Mr. Rishunath Katragada. And he has just asked a question, sir. Hello, I wanted to know if the challenge program is open only for startups and entrepreneurs or even students with ideas.
Students' ideas are fine, but as far as they know how to do it, I mean, what will the student? If student is not an entrepreneur, then it is not for him. The student has to be entrepreneur, then only he can come in. Na? This is not a student project. We are not doing a project. We are doing real startups which can solve a real problem and grow into a big company.
Sir, can you explain how a student become entrepreneur? Just in 2-3 words, so that he can move from students to entrepreneurship.
The student becomes entrepreneur means if he's solving a real problem and he wants to make a company, then he becomes an entrepreneur. But he doesn't want to make a company and just take this as a project in his 4th year, then he's not an entrepreneur.
He will have to register his company first.
He has to have a company. He has to have the clearance in his mind that he's going to build something. It's a college project and this is the employment that he's generating. All those things. The entrepreneur is basically outside of next level of students.
One question similar to this we have got Sanjay ji. One question Sanjay ji, some similar question we have got on WhatsApp. Whether a company whether an entrepreneur who has not registered yet, how much time will he get to register it after participating in Idea Challenge program? That is any question.
He has to first register the company.
Is there any procedure so through that we can give him,
that will be explained when they are having some idea, they are having some business plan, so that will be given later on. So
no, Sanjay, we should be very clear. If they want to do something, they should create a company first.
Yes,
sir, might be at this time, that corona and pandemic time, he is not able to register it immediately, but
Corona and no. home. There is nothing like Corona, there is nothing like COVID that is stopping you from registering company. You can do it online today.
Okay.
Sir, but sir, sorry to interrupt, but on the website it is written that the company has to be registered within 3 months.
Yeah.
It can be, but the point is, if 3 months, if you don't have a company initiated, then there is no point. You may not register ever. So effort that we are doing, if you get an order, for example, from the government, where will you execute it if you don't have a company? You have to initiate a company. Register a company, the process may take 1 and 1.5 months. That's okay. But you have to initiate a company before you apply.
ये एक लिंक राज है, ऐड कर लो उसको, एक क्वेश्चन और पूछो क्या है।
Sanjay, you are audible. I think I have to leave 12 o'clock. I have another meeting coming up. If you have any questions, tell me now. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up. आप म्यूट पे हैं, आप दोनों म्यूट पे हैं.
Oh, just a minute, sir. Actually, Sanjay sir has asked some link Raj, whose question is there, but he has not asked to participate directly. He has just given a question. And there is another question, sir. Last question from LinkedIn. Hi, Mr. Surinath MM. He has asked, I have a question. Does the e-government use case mentioned in your website is only limited to land records, or can we propose other ideas different from that?
You can propose any idea for the e-governance. No issues at all.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yes, sir. Now over to you, Sony, for thanks.
Okay. Thanks to our distinguished panelists today, Sri Pankaj Thakkar ji, Sri Amit Jindal ji, and Sri Viren Chitral ji, and Sanjay Kumar ji, and other participants. Here, I would like to thank for all your supports to those applicants who has applied in Idea Challenge program of Apiary. We are very thankful to all of you to clarify the queries and critical problems facing by applicants now till this time. And I hope now applicants have all the information with them, and they are getting very clarified to submit the application completely. Presently, there are around 400 applicants has registered, but only some 80% has completed their form. We wish that they will complete now after this session. And on behalf of Apiary and STPI, I would like to again thanks to you, and hope you would continue the support to startups during their journey in Apiary. Thanks to all of you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you, Sanjay. Thanks.
Thank you all. Thank you, Pankaj ji. Thank you. So,
Thank you all participants.
Pankaj ji will connect again at 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.